for day 2, we are going to be still solving equations, only this time you won't see the radicals. You're going to see a rational exponent instead. So what I want to do is I want to use this equation and I want to get this by itself. So what are we going to do first? Sure. Hello, you need to go front office. What should we do first to get this by itself? Jackson. Subtract 2. Perfect. So we've got 2x to the 3/4 equals 8. The next thing that I need to get rid of, I'm getting rid of things on the outside so I can get eventually just x by itself. The thing that is on the most outside right now is that 3/4. So what we want to do is we're going to get rid of a power of 3/4. So what I do for this is I'm going to raise each side to a power. I'm going to raise each side to a power that will cancel out 3/4 and leave me with the number 1. Do you know what it is, Brooke? It would be 4/3, but you were going to say something else. Reciprocal. Yes, the reciprocal. 4/3. 4/3. So that's what we're doing is we're raising each side by the reciprocal of the exponent. So now I have 2x equals 8 to the 4/3. And we want to get x by itself. How do I get x by itself? Divide by 2. Okay, now I'm going to use what we've been learning in this chapter to simplify 8 to the 4/3 over 2. Of course, if I have a calculator, I could type it in, but it's going to take me longer to type it in than it's going to take me to just simplify it by hand. Okay, so we were doing this before. If I have 8 to the 4/3, what I want to do is I want to reduce 8 to a power. Does anybody remember 8 is something to a something power? It's 2 to the 3rd. So I'm going to have 8, no, not 8, just kidding. 2 to the 3rd, and then that is to the 4/3 still. And then when we have exponents next to each other, we multiply them. So I'm going to put the 3 over 1. I'm going to multiply my exponents straight across. I get 2 to the 12 over 3 over 2. And then when I reduce down 12 over 3, I get 2 to the 4th over 2. And then I have one more step. What? Yes, Sophie? Where, hon? Oh, totally. No. I would just cancel them out. I'm multiplying them for those of us that never really did a good job of learning fractions. And no, Sophie was asking, could you skip this 12 over 3 and just cancel these out? And I said, yes, you can. Okay. All right. And then our last step, when we are dividing, what do we do? The exponents. When we're dividing like bases, we do what to their exponents? Yell it out. Subtract. Thanks. So we do 2 to the 4 minus 1. So 2 to the 3rd. Oh, wait, that simplifies. What's my answer? 8. It's kind of interesting. It came all the way back to 8. How do I know if I got it right? You can check it. Was it 8? Oh, plus 2. So to check it, you don't move the 2 over. To check it, you like go in like order of operations. So 16 to the 3/4 plus 2. So 16 is 2 to the 4th to the 3/4 plus 2. I didn't leave myself a lot of space here. Which gives me 2 to the 3rd plus 2, which gives me 8 plus 2. Yes, it checks. Okay. Yes, Amar. Wait, say that again, hon? Oh, yeah. You made it here? What'd you make? Here? Oh, you just did 16 divided by 2. That's totally fine, too. Okay, so example 6. We need to get x by itself, but x is by itself, isn't it? No, it's not. It's on both sides. So we need to combine the x's on the same side. I can't do that right now because of this power that is on the parenthesis. So what I need to do first is get rid of this power. I need to make that power into a 1, and that means I need to raise both sides to the reciprocal. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what's the reciprocal of 1/2? 2. So on this side, I'm going to get x plus 30. The other side, x squared. Now we're going to move all of this to one side. It doesn't really matter which side you choose, but I like to keep my x squared positive. Because if it's positive, it's easier for me to factor. So I moved it to that side. So now I'm going to try to factor it because of x squared. I'm going to try to factor it. 30 could be 5 and 6. And to get a -1 in the middle, I'll make the 6 the negative. So then we'll set each factor equal to 0. And I'm going to solve each factor to get -5 and 6. We need to check our answers. Since I did raise both sides to a power, it's possible that I have some extraneous solutions. So I need to check to see if I do. So let's see, -5 plus 30 to the 1/2 has to equal -5, or 6 plus 30 to the 1/2 has to equal 6. So I plugged in x. For this one, I get 25 to the 1/2, which is 5. And that does not equal -5. This one, I'll get 36 to the 1/2, which is 6. So that one does equal. So our only answer is x equals 6. We had an extraneous solution. We had an extra one that wasn't an answer. Okay, there are 3 student practices, and that's all we're going to do from these notes. So I want you guys to pick 2 of them and try them. Pick 2 of them and try them, and then we'll go over it together. Pick 2 student practices. I'll come walk around and check out your work. Okay, so number 8, the outermost thing on the x is the 1/3 power. So we're going to raise each side to 3. if you tried number 8, we're going to get 3x equals negative 27. Divide by 3. And we get x equals negative 9. When we check it, 3 times negative 9 to the 1/3. Get negative 27 to the 1/3, which is negative 3, and that checks. So the answer of negative 9 is correct for number 8. For number 9, we're going to raise both sides to the second power. And because there's an x squared, I'm going to subtract the x and subtract the 6 to put it on one side. I'm going to try factoring that. Set each factor equal to 0. And then we need to check each factor. What was it? 3 plus 6 to the 1/2 equals 3. So 9 to the 1/2 equals 3. That is true. Or negative 2 plus 6 to the 1/2 equals negative 2. So I get 4 to the 1/2 equals negative 2, but that's 2. So my only answer is x equals 3 for that one. And then the third one, and if I'm going fast through this, it's mostly because you guys just had like 5 minutes to try it. And then if you need to go back, I'm making a video, so you could go back and look at it. Number 10, I would raise both sides to the 4/3 power. To give me x plus 2 equals 8 to the 4/3. And then I'm going to subtract that 2. So I need to figure out 8 to the 4/3. So I'm going to take my 8 and make that 2 cubed to the 4/3. And then multiply my exponents. So I get 2 to the 4th, which is 16 minus 2, which is 14. Okay, and then I'm going to check it. I didn't leave myself a lot of room. I'm going to check it by doing 14 plus 2 to the 3/4 has to equal 8. So 16 to the 3/4. Sorry, there's my check. 16. So 2 to the 4th to the 3/4 is 2 to the 3rd, which is 8. Checks. Okay. So that's it for section 5.4. There's like 8 questions in the book that correlate to this. I linked the book because we didn't hand out books this year, but I linked the page so you can find it there. The next notes are 5, 6, so go ahead and get those open. If you need to move around the room so they open, feel free.